Hello and welcome to episode 28 of my Let's Play Vanilla Minecraft. I am KHM, and as you can see we are looking at this lamp thing, and it should be triggered any minute. This is the design I saw somebody else build, thought it was kind of interesting. Basically what it is you have a daylight sensor on top that is on top of a piston. And so when it's day, the piston is extended, but when it becomes nighttime, it pulls this block of redstone up and turns on these redstone lamps. This should do any minute now. Any minute. Any minute now. Any minute. Anyway. Yep, there it goes. And during the day, it'll push the redstone block back down, turning off the redstone lamps, which is kind of an interesting and decorative way of providing a little bit of light. However, there's a few things about this design that I don't really like. For starters, it's designed to be purely decorative. You cannot use this to light up an area. If you use it in a spot, it has to already have lighting it there, unless of course you don't care about whether or not mobs actually spawn in that area. The reason why I say this is because there has to be absolutely no redstone signal coming from the daylight sensor at all in order for it to work properly, or in order for the lights, the redstone lamps to turn on. No signal at all from the daylight sensor, and that's a bit of a problem if you want to light up an area, because that only happens when the ambient light level hits like 4 or less, which is more than enough for mobs to spawn. So, granted, for the majority of the night, mobs would not be able to spawn around it. But for this bit of a window, for this tiny little bit of a window during dusk and dawn, mobs can spawn freely around it. Now, a better design would be one that takes the redstone signal from this, reduces it by about 4 blocks, and then uses that to power up the lamps. Something I'm kind of thinking about would be, to have the daylight sensor, this daylight sensor in the center, have 4 blocks worth of redstone going from it in all directions, going to a redstone torch with the lamps on top of the torches. That way, during the day, the torches would be powered and thus off, so the lights would be off, but at night they would turn on. And this would be good for light level 8 or so, I believe. Well, I don't know, I'd have to look it up on the wiki real quick, which I just happen to have open here. Okay, let's see, the light level for that. No, over here, 4, signal strength of 4. Yes. During a, while it's raining, that would be light levels 8 to 10, it looks like. Yes. So, it would turn on once it, well, actually, I guess based on that, you could probably get away with, signal strength of 3 then, which means you could have them even closer. But 4 would probably be a bit more efficient because you'd have a slightly bigger area that would be lighting up. and I believe that would be close enough for the lamps to be completely covering the center. Anyway, just kind of a thought there. I was thinking of maybe building lamps around the area out there to light up the outside area, but not sure, just a thought. Yesterday I was processing video and doing other things with my computer in the background, so I couldn't do any recording while I was building. So we have a little bit to show for my efforts. I have the smeltery about completed. Still have a few things I need to do with it. Anyway, as you can see, it's pretty nice. I decided to just keep it at the same level that it was, and have this chest exposed, but have hoppers going into the side of it instead of the top, so we have the chest sticking out as well. I was also thinking of like putting like a lever somewhere around here so we could turn on and off the materials flowing into the furnace below. If we come around here, we have this. This is actually a minecart chute, minecart with chest. I have it all hooked up so that in theory minecarts or chest carts with items in them will come to here, land on this powered rail, and just kind of get held there, so you can empty them out and put the items elsewhere, and then they'll stack up so you can just break it, and the next one will fall and you can keep going. Sorter thing doesn't quite work yet. We don't really have a good way yet of sorting out chest carts, but whatever. I went with stone brick for the ceiling, since lighting really didn't matter too much, and it looks a lot nicer than sandstone. By the way, that problem I stated in the last episode, like almost immediately I discovered that smooth sandstone blocks have the same texture for top and bottom, which is nice. It's smooth, not this broken crap that I hate. Yeah. And just so it wasn't like one huge dark spot that would kind of draw your attention to the center, put in these redstone lamps with levers on top to provide a bit of light for the ceiling. It looks kind of nice. I'm quite happy with the way that's turned out. Still need to come up with lighting for the floor here, because while the pumpkins don't actually bother me too much, it'd be nice if I didn't have to have them here. Now, down here, as you can see, I don't know if I already showed that I was going to replace this or what, but anyway, I have smooth stone bricks all around there, and I put some iron bars to kind of raise it up a little bit so this spot wasn't so isolated, so we didn't have this one continuous isolated strip. It just gets kind of broken up and sticks out a little bit, which I think adds a rather nice effect to the whole thing. Over here I have the chest for fuel. As you can see, I have it filled with blaze rod. I have a comparator which can't really be seen from here, that's going... I can just open this up and show you. Ah, yep, there it is. I have a comparator here. Over here is a lever with some redstone going to the comparator. So it'll trigger when this hopper, which it's connected to, is nearly full. And that turns off this torch here, which stops powering this block, which... Anyway, so when we are low on items in there... Oops, crap. When we're low on items in there, the torch turns on, which turns on this lamp, which indicates that it's low. I have the sign there that says low fuel light. Put that back in there. Unfortunately, this bit here is sticking out of the house a little bit, but I'll deal with that later. That back there. And I'll grab some redstone, or I mean not redstone, but sandstone, cart, chest. I was kind of saving this part for while I was recording. Basically, I don't have a minecart with chest on running to deliver the fuel yet. Although there could be an issue because of the stupid update bug that comparators have. I tried to fix the bug over here at least by putting another comparator going up against it. Kind of thought about doing the same thing for these here, but not quite sure. Anyway, so it's currently being called, the minecart is. I'll just eat for no apparent reason, just to kind of increase the suspense. And then I'll slowly... Wait, no. F8. I'll slowly move over to the powered rail. And right-click. And off it goes. Okay. Cinematic mode off. It got one rod in there. Okay, and this will go back and forth and deposit the blaze rods. Let's see. Yeah, we're starting to get blaze rods in the fuel. I don't have my headphones on, so I can't hear the minecart at the moment. Now, I actually wanted some sort of RS Norlatch timer combo thing here to stop powering the the powered rail there, so that the minecart with chest would have a chance to fill up. But I didn't quite have enough space, so I just have a similar setup here that I have over in the auto brewery. Okay, and that's gonna take a while to fill up. I'll just go ahead and just cover this up. Probably gonna have to reopen it later on to get the minecart with chest to stop. Or, you know, to update the comparators. See what else. Something rather interesting kind of occurred to me just a short while ago. Over here, we have this rather large empty space. Let's see if I can hop up on this fence. Yes. We have this rather large empty space. Now, down there, not really a whole lot that we can do with, but up here it gets kind of open, and it's kind of a bit of a problem because, you know, dark ceiling looks terrible. Thinking of putting a chandelier here like we have over there, but then something else occurred to me. I could put in a nether wort farm here, semi-automatic nether wort farm right here, doesn't have to be very large. Have a chest cart running along a track that goes around the control panel over there and into the auto brewery to refill the chest over there with nether wort, and possibly even move the bottle refiller over here as well to make it a little bit more convenient to get to. That would help with the lighting issue because we wouldn't have as much open space and be easier to get lighting in, and would kind of fill it up. Well, now that I think about it, this area might begin to, well, it already kind of feels a bit on the crowded side, but we do have this kind of open space, so maybe build it right here instead. Oh, that's an interesting possibility. Would definitely be way more convenient. I'll have to think about it. Maybe just like the bottle dispenser or bottle refiller down here and the nether wart up there. Something. I'll have to think about it some more. It's an interesting idea though. So, I'm going to go ahead and pause this recording until I have a bit more to show. Alright, I've done a little bit more work. As you can see, I've built this here. I kind of originally made this as just a prototype, but I think I might keep it with just a few modifications here. Basically, we have the nether wort growing here on soul sand. Over here we have a collection canal thing. The nether wort will run underneath these half slabs, which I was trying to excuse me, which I was trying to use to hide the water down there, which flows into a hopper and a chest on the side that you probably saw. Anyway, so you can see we have these stairs here in a half slab. Behind these stairs is water, and the stairs are on pistons, sticky pistons. When I flip this switch over here, the stairs go down and the water comes flowing out. And go down into there and get collected in the hopper. I occasionally have this, so I might want to raise it up a little bit, so another wort doesn't go to where it's not supposed to. I was originally thinking I'd probably like try to make this out of stone or something, but it would stick out like a sore thumb if I did that, unfortunately, because everything around it is made out of wood. Now, a problem has kind of occurred to me after I built this. Now, my original plan was to have like a minecart with chest here, have the items from the hopper go into it, and then the minecart would be sent off to the brewery. But the problem with that is we'd need to be able to get some of the nether wort here in order to replenish this farm. So I need to rethink this plan a little bit. Let's see. I'll replant that in a minute. I've made a few other changes around here. Let's see, were there any serious changes? Can't recall, so let's just talk about the change that I made over here to the brewery. Because the comparators coming from the brewing stands, right here. Crap. Come on. Okay, yes, because the comparators here coming from the brewing stands seem to have a problem where they'll stop working until they receive some sort of block update. It occurred to me that, well, originally I was planning to have a comparator going into them and trying that, but I didn't really want to waste a comparator on that, and comparators bombarding it with constant redstone updates would probably consume a lot of server resources. So it occurred to me that I could just put a tripwire hook here, and that might fix the issue. Not entirely sure, though. I still haven't quite been able to properly test it, I don't think. The test I'm going to be performing is up in the smeltery. Yeah, smeltery, that's what it's called, smeltery. Oh, I can't run because I'm hungry. So, basically what I have over here in the smeltery is, I don't know if I showed you guys, but I had a comparator going into the fuel checking comparator to continuously bombard it with redstone updates so that it would always work. I removed the comparator and replaced it with this wood block here. And I've been periodically checking this. When the light does not turn on, I'll know that I can I can run the test, and I'll put a tripwire hook onto this block and we'll see what happens. With any luck, it'll work. But, guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, I'm thinking of outright moving the, yeah, that goes to the control panel up there for the thing. Anyway, I'm thinking of removing this room and putting it somewhere else. I've never really been happy with how it turned out here. So I'm thinking of removing this room, putting it somewhere else, and instead putting it in the bottle potion filler thingy. The one that takes empty bottles and fills them up with water that I have over there. I think I'm forgetting something, but I can't remember what. I'll probably end up removing that trap there. I'm the only one who it seems to, whoever seems to trigger it. Although an Enderman did actually trigger it once, and it worked. It sent them far, far away outside of my house, or at least where I didn't see them. How'd you get out of your pen? Okay, I'll bite. Why is... wait. The door's gone completely. What happened to the door? I've got another cow up there. My sound's off, isn't it? Yes, it is. I have game muted. Much better. More Enderman griefing. What happened to the door? Yeah, and Endermen are just ripping this place apart. Look at all these holes. Get back here. Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to replace that door. How are they getting up there? No, I wouldn't think that would increase the reach by that much. Jeez, this place is just Swiss cheese now. What the hell? Oh, that was already there, but that... Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. I wonder what happened to that door. That's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and replace that off camera. And I'll come back when... Oh, no, wait, hold it. Haha, I just remembered what else it was that I wanted to show. We're gonna need hopper and chests. Okay, for starters, items coming from a hopper going into a chest. Let's start by doing this. Okay, so we have only one space there. Soul sand does exactly what you'd expect it to, goes into that one space. But if we fill up the rest of this area, or something like that, boom, it also goes into the other part. So it now sees the large chest as one chest instead of two separate ones. And this works coming out as well. Okay, it was a visual glitch. Pretty cool. Which means that up over in the smeltery where I have, actually more than just the smeltery I believe, but basically anywhere where I have 2 hoppers to pull out of a large chest, like over here for instance, it's no longer necessary. It sees it all as one chest, which is pretty cool, and it also has some interesting potential for item distribution, because 2 hoppers being able to pull from the same chest can sort of fork the materials, although I don't think it will pull evenly. Well, let's do some experiments. Yeah, I'm the only one who seems to really trigger this. Okay, so anyway, experimentation time. Hopper, hopper. Chest, chest. Cow. Alright, what do we have? A lot of wood. Okay, and that's all the wood, and yeah, it seems to have been evenly distributed between the 2 hoppers. Sweet! That finally gives us some interesting potential here. No longer are we just limited to, having items funnel into one location from many, go from many to one, but now we also have from one to many, without having to use minecarts, which is pretty damn cool. For things like how I have the item distribution system set up for the brewery and smeltery, the minecart with chest is probably the way to go. But we're no longer forced to just rely on just that alone, which is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording until I have something more to show. Okay, so I've been kind of thinking about how I would see if the tripwire hook would actually fix the problem we've been having with comparators. For starters, as you can see, the comparator is currently reading the inventory of this. Put redstone in there, everything works. But if I disconnect and then reconnect, I really need to update the name of that. Okay, it still has the signal, but if we pull out the redstone, voila, it's still... and this game's muted. Damn it, there we go, game's unmuted. Anyway, it's still giving off the signal, even though there's nothing in there. I'm gonna toss in some stuff in here. Now, the switch there is already in the on state. If I place this here, then when the dispenser spits out an item, if it works, this redstone will be updated. And there we have it. It worked just as expected, although it took a little while. But for the most part, I would only need to use this in an application in which it's not instantly required to have the update information. Basically, how this works is that the game has this, well, there are 2 forms of ticks that are available to blocks. There's the tick, where it has kind of this timer. It requests, the block itself requests ticks, and so it's able to control and reliably, regularly get ticks. That's the method the comparator uses to output a signal. Result is a constant, continuous stream of predictable ticks here. Yeah, as you can hear, each time this thing's clicking, this thing is receiving a update. And then there's the other kind of update that the system gives to all the blocks, whether they request it or not, where it will randomly pick a certain number of random blocks from a chunk and give them an update. This is how plants and things grow, generally. And so every time the tripwire hook here receives that kind of update, it sends a redstone update, even though it's not necessarily sending a signal with that redstone update. The result is that we can use this to our advantage and have it update the comparators so that they're not constantly just sitting there in the same state. As you can see, for a little decoration, created these pillar things on this nether wort farm here. Kind of make it look like it's not floating in the air. Although I could, I suppose, hang it from the ceiling or something, but figured I'd try this for now. I also added some glowstone in here to provide it a bit of light, which helps with the lighting issue. I raised it up by about a block so that all of the nether wort goes where I want it to. It goes down into there instead of getting caught in the ledge or on the sides. I think that's pretty much it for now. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. So, once again, I am KHM, and I'll see you in the next episode.